Hell yeah, and welcome to episode 63 of the Temple Bar podcast with me, Jim Wynn, and Philip Noon. We're joined today by Dale O'Hanlon. Dale, how are you, bro?
Oh, good. Thank you very much for having me.
Good stuff. Good to see you. So we all have something in common, boys. We all met in the same place.
Yeah. Hell.
I met Dale in Dublin, and then he sent me to hell.
Yeah.
Is that how it started? So the hell. The bar we're referring to was on the island of Cyprus, and we all sang there for long periods of time.
For too long.
I'm
going back. You catch me there. You catch me there in the 1st of May. I can't wait. Nothing better for your mental health than slave labour.
Yeah.
And 45-degree hangovers. 100%. Oh, God.
Welcome back to the Temple Bar podcast. So, Dale, can you give us a bit of background on yourself? Tell us. So, you're from Coolock in Dublin.
I'm from the flats in Coolock. Yeah.
You know one of our previous guests, Eddie Sherlock?
Eddie. So I done an apprenticeship under Eddie when I was about. How I met Eddie was years ago. Near the FM was my local radio station. I had a gig in Clongriffin, and it was a festival they done. And I rang them. I said, "Can I have 10-15 minutes of that to play?" He said, "It's 40-minute slots."
Were you writing your own stuff at the time?
Yeah, it was all original stuff I was doing. And then they were like, "We've given the gigs out already." And I said, "If I ring one of the bands and they'll give me 10 minutes, can I do it?" They were like, "That's not how it works." And I said, "Yeah, it's a yes or no question. if I ring the band and they'll give me 10 minutes of their 40 minutes, can I do it?" They were like, "I suppose you can, yeah." So I could ring us back. So I rang Eddie Sherlock, he's my neighbour. I never actually met him. I knew he was a musician, a good one. And I rang him, I said, "Eddie, I'm from the flats across the road." He was like, "How are you getting on?" I said, "Can I have 10 minutes, Yoslo?" He was like, "Yeah, fuck it." And then that's how I met him. And the first time I met Eddie, he come around the lake in a pair of rollerblades with a guitar. And I was like,
It doesn't sound like Coolock, it sounds like Venice.
I like this fella.
Coolock's the Venice of Dublin. For anyone who doesn't know, Coolock's the Venice of Dublin.
If anyone doesn't know, Coolock is like Aleppo.
Aleppo is lovely now.
Coolock is like Baghdad, 2005 Baghdad, not even current Baghdad.
Prime Baghdad.
Oh, stop!
Baghdad.
You want a helmet to go shopping?
So you were out, and Eddie came out on a pair of rollerblades with a guitar.
Pair of rollerblades and a Martin. And I was sitting on the hill. I was like, "I like this fella. This fella's."
I like this vibe.
This wasn't in Coolock. This was Clongriffin. You wouldn't get away with that in Coolock. people essentially the poor ran. But Clongriffin it's purchased housing. And I ended up doing a few gigs. Guinness, remember the Guinness initiative they done? They were putting gigs on.
Yeah.
He invited me up to the A1, played a couple of songs, and I more or less done an apprenticeship under him since I was fucking 18, I'd say, 17, getting into cover gigs. I was doing original stuff and I was doing quite well with it. Done I was touring with Aslan and stuff, done Vicar Street, there's no money in it.
But you were doing, you did Star Search and you won it.
I won Star Search.
In the Helix?
No, that was in the Tivoli.
It was in the Tivoli?
It was in the Tivoli, yeah. Funny story. My family went, they thought there was going to be a bar. There wasn't. They brought their own drink. And I never let them live this down. They brought their own drink, made a fucking show of me. And I didn't want to win it. It was like, "Please just get me off the stage." Fucking, I had 40 people from Coolock twisted. No, I don't know if I won it out of talent or if I won it from the fear of the judges saying, "I don't know what these are going to do if they jump and lose."
They're the two ways to win a talent competition.
I tell you, it fucking worked. It worked.
Bring the most people and scare the judges the most. They're the two.
So that was grand, and I was doing quite well with the original stuff, and I was doing big venues, fucking Vicar Street, the Olympia and all that, and there's not a lot of money in it. I was like,
That's covered.
It's 2,000 people, it's 50 quid a ticket. It's like, can I have some? And then I got into doing cover gigs.
You were doing the merch for the boys as well. You were selling...
I was selling the merch, so that's how I got in with Aslan. I was doing, I used to run the merch shop. And I went in on the first day. I got offered the job and I was like, "Yeah, perfect." I went in on the first day with a pocket full of blank CDs you buy at Tesco's with absolutely bogey recordings on them. Start giving them to everyone. The manager was like, "You can't sell them on the merch shop." I said, "I know, who the fuck's going to buy them?"
These are the songs of a tired man.
Oh, stop me bleeding Tesco on the front of the CDs. No, you can't sell them here.
Official
They're your own ones.
We had songs, like with demos on it. Yeah, man, I just handed them to the manager, tried to let him to hear me music, and he says, "You can't sell them here." No shit. It was like, he went to, look, fair play to him, Sven. Swedish lad.
Is he still managing them now?
No, he's dead.
Oh, is he?
Thanks for asking.
That's all right.
Strange,
We're all going to die, bro.
He was actually very, very good to me. He listened to me on the way home in the car. And
Is
he rang
he
me.
Swedish or something?
He was a Swedish man, yeah. Sven. He rang me the next morning. He was like, did you write them songs? I said, I did actually, yeah. He said, right, Grant, I'll give you a gig soon. Soon, lasted months. And he rang me. He was like, do you want to open Vicar Street up for us? Different ball game, venues like that. You can feel the stage. Like, I remember going in sound check. As soon as I touch the guitar, you can really feel it in your feet. It's different altogether than playing in bars around Temple Bar.
Behind the door, people knocking the mic stand off your
you're asking for a shot of a monitor and they're giving you biscuit tins. No.
Yeah.
You can't hear the thing. Just tourists shouting abuse at you. 6 nights a week, ladies and gentlemen.
Play wagon wheel.
Teach your kids how to play guitar. It's great.
So I remember you did a version of Don't Think Twice, It's All Right by Bob Dylan. And it was phenomenal.
Yeah, I remember. That was in the Helix. That was
That's what I was thinking, the Helix, because I remember this.
That was through the county council. It was the Irish Youth Music Awards. It was in the Aviva. I was playing at that, and a woman come up to me. She was like, "Will you play at the Big Sparkle?" It was called. I said, "Love, you have to understand where I come from. I can't be playing at the Big Sparkle." I says, "I'm getting abused for the rest of my life if I'm anywhere near the Big Sparkle."
What is the Big Sparkle?
Exactly. She says to me. She said it's like they get like young musicians from around, and it's like everyone gets a song each. And I was kind of like, yeah. And she said, it's in the Helix. Sold out. I was like, oh, I'm up for that. Should have started with that. And that's what I done. Bob. I was going to sing one of my own tunes, and I said that at the start of the video. But I write songs about, like funny songs about getting drunk and all. It didn't feel like the vibe. And so I done that Bob Dylan song, yeah. And I love Bob Dylan. He's an awful singer. Best songwriter of all time, in my opinion. It's one of my favourite songs. Beautiful song.
Well, some of the songs you have written now, to be fair, are class. Like Mrs. Jane is a beautiful song.
I remember that one, yeah.
And Bring It Down is, for me, it's my favourite because I love the country element of it, but I'll tell you what I love about it. I never knew what it was to be around people who actually rob banks.
Yeah.
And you told me that like this song is about a man going into town. The euphemism of it is about a man going into town on a horse, and I'll take you off your hinges is where you're going to shoot someone stone dead.
I'll run amok, eh? A very young fella robbing a bank. See, look, a lot of people I find when they write songs, it's very depressing. You can sit and write them all day. Now, some beautiful songs have come out of it, heartbreak, love stories, and all. Fair play to them. I'm into it. There's too many people doing it. So when I write songs about getting drunk with cartoons and robbing banks and smoking hash.
They're almost like a movie plot in the song. Like,
do you know? I love a story.
Yeah,
I'll always start with lyrics. I'll always start with lyrics.
Before and I sit and just,
yeah, 100%. I'll just sit and write a story out. Like it kind of there has to be a map for it. You get me?
Yeah.
That's the vibe I go for a bit. Like,
it's an interesting. And then most people usually start with the music. Yeah.
No, we don't. I always start with a pen and paper. Half the time I start in my head and write half a notes on me. I've written really good songs and I've no idea what they're like anymore.
Yeah.
I've never written them down. And I just sit and say, remember that? I tried to play it again. No idea.
Yeah. You think that's a lot of big bands and artists, like they wrote in the studio just to catch that original version. Because once you've played it a few times, it loses the newness, like the luster of it.
Do you know what I find as well? The best songs you'll write them in minutes.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the songs that I enjoy playing, I've written in less than 10 minutes. I've songs that I've started 2 years ago, I'd say, and I can't finish them. Obviously a reason for it, I don't know. But
I find when I start writing a song sometimes, I start writing it and I'm like, a bit of honesty goes into it. And I'm like, fuck, I can't let anybody see that part of me there. And I'm like, no. Like I write and then it gets too close to the bone and then I stop writing. Yeah. It's as if I'm afraid of myself.
I've different versions of songs. I've versions that I'll play live that have like criminality. Nearly, they have a charge sheet in them, and then I've versions that I'd record that like I just have to change the lyrics a little bit. You know what I mean? It's funny, but
I know that feeling though of being a bit self-conscious when you write something too close to the bone. But I've got over it. Like I just put it in anyway now.
And just let it out.
And sometimes I nearly 95% of the time I'd have the music first, but sometimes I get the lyrics first or an idea for like what they want it to be about and all. But it's interesting to find someone who does it the opposite way around. Elton John used to he's the most interesting one, you know, because he'd get your man would write random lyrics and he just fucking come up with the song like They're some of the greatest songs ever. Like,
Oh,
imagine
100%.
some, and the lyrics aren't like really rhyming. Like, they're not really fucking. You look at them by themselves and go, right?
That's a big thing with me. See rhymes, and like that is like I'm big into rhyming.
Yeah.
I nearly have a pet peeve of it, but it works. And when I hear someone that writes a song that doesn't really rhyme, I sit and say to myself, it's very good. I think it's good talent. It shows good talent.
Yeah.
But I can't do it.
Justin Hawkins, you know, Out of the Darkness, he always says that as well. Like, if someone rhymes something and it's not an exact rhyme, like if you rhyme hero and well, that's not an easy one to do. But you know, if you
Hero and follow.
Like, yeah, something like that. Yeah, if it comes like it sounds to the ear like it rhymes, but it doesn't actually rhyme. Like, that's a pet peeve of his as well. He said.
I find if they're too rhymey though, you're nearly like fucking something out Ballamore.
I find if it's too cliche, then it loses.
I think it just sounds very. It's because with the rise of AI, all their stuff is exactly rhyming. All those AI songs now are like perfectly rhymed, and they just look so generic. You're like, what the fuck?
The syllables sync up too much and all. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I sat the other day and tried to write a song, and I tell you what, 20 times I'll sit and try and write a song. I can't. And then on the 20th attempt, a song will fall out of my head.
Yeah.
And you're like, lovely.
That's when I played Philip one before we got you there, and that one came all in one go, like in 10 minutes, and I just.
He wrote the most triggering song.
For Philip.
He wrote the most triggering song.
He goes, that's a hit, and I said, for you it is, Philip. Yeah.
At the moment, my life is chaos, right? And this boy goes and writes a word for word. When I tell you this is the boldest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, it's fairly generic, but Philip took a few of it close to the bone.
I nearly wanted him to stop. I was like, no, you're all right now. Yeah,
it was like
listen,
when he's
enough of
writing it and he can't. He's like, no, that's too close. Even when I write it, it's too close to him.
Played a song years ago in school I wrote, and one of the teachers started crying.
Oh yeah.
You never played it again. It's like you're expecting like a bit of crack and a round of applause. Fucking woman crying.
That's nearly as good, no?
And now I'm looking back, it was a compliment. At the time I was like, Jesus, is it that bad? Yeah. It was a sad song now, in fairness, like, but I was like, is it that bad? She was like, oh, it's beautiful. It's hard.
So you got to Cyprus in 2017.
Your guess is good.
I think it was 16. I think it was.
No,
it could have been 16.
No, I went in 2017, and he'd already been definitely the year before. Because
No,
I'll tell you what, because it was the same year I done the cruise ship, so it was 2017.
2017, because I'll tell you it's because big shout out to Ronnie Morgan. Ronnie Morgan was there in 16.
He's only with him
Another friend of ours. Another friend of the podcast,
Ronnie.
Ronnie.
With him in Abu Dhabi about 2 months ago, too.
So because that's what I'm going on to. So it was Cyprus in 2017, 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
2020 was Spain.
No, it would have been around COVID, don't know.
2020
COVID
was
hit.
Well, that was 2020. Was Salou was
Salou was next after that. I moved to Salou, yeah.
and then Dubai for a long stretch.
You were in Dubai for COVID, were you?
No, I moved to Spain during COVID. At the end of it, remember Spain being open, and I was like, fuck it, I'll move to Salou. Done that. That was chaos. One thing I tell you, see, Irish people when they go on holiday, they can be the most respected person in their village or wherever they come from. See, when they go on holiday, they carry on scandalous.
They're just so entitled.
Oh, behave yourself.
This is actually a clip. We're probably going to get in trouble for this. But Irish people on holidays sometimes, especially when they go into an Irish bar, they think they own the fucking place.
That is a bit of a thing, yeah. I think that like we actually deserve to be here. The rest of you are all tourists. And like, you're all tourists, bro.
But that's
you're
like they'll come up to you and be singing something, and they'll give you a mad obscure Irish song.
Play Grace.
Like, can you do Colleen, Droleen over the Biogi? Love, you relax yourself. You relax. I'm singing 500 miles. I'll sing Country Roads after it, and I'll sing Dirty Old Town after that if you're lucky.
100%. Standing there sunburned, like Morgan Freeman in a Tipperary jersey.
On your 10-pint bottle of Bulmers.
Like a strawberry Morgan Freeman.
Hurling abuse at you. So mate, your kids are asleep on the tables. Go home. I tell you, I had a fella one day in Salou, not a bother to him. It was early enough as well. This was the bad thing. And I had a point holder on the mic stand. I used to put the points in it. And the young fella was dancing in front of me. There was 3 people dancing. I shouldn't have been dancing. It's too early for that carry on. And I could see him twice. He was like, will I, won't I? He had no money, obviously. He took me point out of the mic stand and he swamped it in front of me. The Guinness was coming down, his chin and all. The Guinness, and the bar was busy and it was very hard to get a point because the bar was crazy busy. They were stingy. They wouldn't hire enough staff. It was like trying to get into Fort Knox, getting a point off.
We're not going to, I know the pub, but we're not going to name it.
I'll name it now.
No.
But he bleeding drank me point a month up, and I said, "Do you know what? Fair play to you." I said, if you had asked me to buy it a fucking point, I would have. And I got him thrown out. His mates were like, "Please don't get him thrown out." I was like, "Do you know what? Just to be spiteful." And it was the only decent bar on the strip. It was the only decent Irish bar on the whole strip.
No, it really is. It really is.
I got him lunch though. Fucking for drinking that.
That's power.
That's power. And I felt terrible still to this day.
And Dubai was after that.
Dubai, yeah. Dubai's an interesting place.
Right.
So Dubai, I moved to Alicante after Slough actually. I was living in Alicante.
You were on the run.
On my toes, saying nothing. My solicitor wouldn't ask me that. I moved down to Alicante. I actually got offered a job in Alicante while I was in Slough. And then I moved down there. That was grand, that was good crack. And I started playing with a bar, big show, they call McCafferty's, in Alicante.
There's a few of them over here. It's a
they bought the barge in Portobello.
Yeah.
I know they're everyone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're flying. They're a great company.
They're from Donegal.
Donegal, yeah. I've done the Donegal bars as well. Them interesting place. Drive like hooligans. We've done the 3 bars in Donegal, yeah. But then they rang me. I moved back home. And they rang me and said, "Will you come back to Spain and just work exclusive for us? We'll give you an apartment and stuff." I was freelancing over there. Said, "Look, I'm after being away for a good while. I'm gonna just stay in Dublin. That's the plan." I've been living away for about 5-6 years now. They rang me back about an hour later. I said, "Do you want to move to Dubai?" I said, "Yeah, 100%."
You there? I'm about to go back to me, man.
I'll pack now this second.
Sorry, just before we get to Dubai, because I know Dubai is going to be a big part of this. But you, at one point of your life, were getting phone calls and jumping on cruise ships on a whim to travel the Caribbean. You did a cruise ship in the deep south of America, like Louisiana and fucking...
Yeah, it was in Mobile, Alabama.
Jesus. What have you ever heard about that in films?
I remember, right, Jim, hold on a second, Dale. I remember this boy telling me, he's like, "I'm doing this cruise in the deep south, right? This is like the deep south of America, right? And they're all like mad hillbillies." And he had like 5 country songs. And they're just a pure country crowd. And I was like, "And did you tell you when you had country songs?" He was like, "Yeah."
So
Take it till you make.
The first one was Miami, and it was during the summer. It was full of the college students and all. It was great crack. I was in the pub, and I couldn't get a taxi. I was walking home at about 2:00 in the morning, absolutely rubber. I was only young, like, and then I got an email. There was still office hours or whatever it was in America. Wherever I woke, "We need someone to be in Alabama in 3 days." I said, "Look now, afford it." I said, I'm your man. The next day, that was the direct with the company. The next day, I worked for an agency in Cork called Premier Entertainment. Big show, great company. And
Julie?
Yeah. I'll be on to you soon. So the next day,
I'm missing me them grits.
I tell you, I'll be on to you soon, 100%. So the next day, I'm lying in bed, bleeding hungover, and I had my son with me. I was watching Shrek. My phone starts ringing. It was Julie. I said, "Why is she ringing me?" I'm like, "Hello, how are you daily all set?" I said, "Set for what?" She said, "Alabama." I said, "You have the wrong number here." I said, 100%. She said, "You're going to Alabama in 2 days." I said, "No, I'm not." She said, "Check your emails." We opened it, there was a bleeding 4 flights to get there. And that's the way they do.
You'd forgotten saying you'd do it.
Yeah, it was rubber, yeah. And I was like, walks out, and I jumped up and started packing. My dad was like, "Where you going?" I said, "Alabama." He was like,
"Is that a new chipper in Coolock or what?"
"Tell me you're winding me up." I said, "I wish I was." I said, "I was like, I was at Poxy, Alabama."
So you just forgot you agreed to it?
Yeah, it was just, I had no recollection of it, yeah. And I went off to Alabama for bleeding. Tell you what.
I tell you, it won't be said that you don't keep your word.
100%.
Tell you something, I've travelled far, that was bad. I tell you something, God bless, I have friends from Alabama, lovely people. They were racist towards me.
Like you're a bit too tan for our liking over here.
No, it wasn't even that. It was like they took our jobs. It was like they asked me to come on and sing Irish music in an Irish bar on the ship. It's like, and I wouldn't mind. The first gig I done, Miami was like very mixed. So you could play on you want. The first gig I done in Alabama, I would run the kitchen sink at them. I was playing like dance tune, like heavy, fast music, Swedish House Mafia and all. And some fella just shouted up to me. I said to him, "Have you any bleeding requests? Like, what do you want here?" Your man says, "Have you any country songs?" And did you ever see the intro to Friends in Low Places? Gareth Brooks. It's just an A, and I just rolled the A, and the place erupted. There was kids flying everywhere, points flying everywhere. Here's the thing, right? It's a 4-hour gig. You have 4 sets of 45 minutes. I have 6 country songs to me name, and the place erupted. Yeah. You keep that country.
Blame it all on my roots.
I sang the first verse 4 times, the second verse 6 times, and I've done 6 and had the place on wheels. I was trying to sing something else. I got ignored, and I said, "Look, I don't have a lot of country music. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have agreed. I lied on the CV again."
I swear I remember him telling me this. He was like, "Man, I have a ship to do in the deep south."
Oh yeah. Oh Jesus, yeah. Hank Williams Jr. They love him. They love the country music.
Did they love all the new stuff as well, or?
No, it's old school. So
the old school stuff.
The new stuff you have, like, what are they called? Bleeding. I don't even remember half the names of them. No,
so like Zach Bryan and Luke Combs and all that kind of
Zach Bryan was still in nappies, I'd say, when I was doing that shit. Zach Bryan was doing his leaving cert, I'd say, when I was on that shit. But I don't know how old he is at the moment, but it was all bleeding it was all George Strait and all. Amarillo, and I wouldn't mind. You have to keep on wheels. And
the cowboy rides away and all.
Oh, what's his name? David Allen Coe, Conway Twitty. All this.
Conrad Twitty, yeah.
Conway Twitty, the most beautiful girl in the world.
But tight fitting jeans and all. Hello, darling. Oh,
Conrad, was he not on?
Poison.
It's been a long time.
it was poison. And I had to sing it for 4 hours a night. And about 13 songs. Do you know one thing about them though? They're very respectful audiences. I have to give it, like in Dublin.
Well, I tell you, I just before you go in for, I'll tell you something. That set list, if you played that in Cavan, you'd be the king of Cavan. You pull out Gareth Brooks anywhere in Cavan,
the local TV,
and you'd never pay for a drink ever again for the rest of your life.
Gareth Brooks, tell bleeding.
A lot of places in Ireland now, to be fair, you get.
Yeah.
Gareth Brooks wouldn't sell out Vicar Street in America. Bring him to Ireland, Croker, 5 nights on the bounce.
He's just another country man over
he refused to do. He cancelled the whole thing because he didn't want to do 2 gigs in the one day. God bless him.
No. But he ended up coming back and doing them all then.
Did 2 gigs in one day. God bless him. We'd be doing 5. The fingers burned down me. It sound like Patty and Selma again 4 o'clock. God bless poor Gareth Brooks getting 40 million. You know what I mean?
You're getting 135 again.
Listen,
gone from 12 o'clock till 12 o'clock.
No, but get off the high horse before you fall off again. Or get yourself a helmet.
Get your friends in low places and lift them up, you cunt.
We do Croker in the nip for that money. Wouldn't you like? Oh, jeez, God bless him. Yeah, 2 gigs.
Well, it's what you're used to, isn't it? It's like you were saying, like Irish crowds aren't as respectful because it's so Irish pubs are like a novelty in places, but in Ireland they're just every pub. So you have music, they're so used to it. Like
there's two very different gigs I find in Ireland. So like us, we play like the city centre. It's 90% your audience will be tourists.
Yeah,
90% tourists. There's one set list for that, and then if you go to a local pub in Ireland, that's not a tourist bar. There's a completely different set list.
Yeah.
It's very political, we'll say. It's just you're playing just majority Irish music.
Yep.
We're in town. You can do the very generic stuff. I'll tell you, man, all that. They're too. Like I done a gig last night in a GAA club, a local. Was that? You know what? I played
wall to wall rebel songs.
Wall to wall wolf tones. I was only short of putting a belly on. I was only short of a balaclava. Had to do a raffle. I had to do a raffle halfway through it. You had to write their names on the back. Them like lovely people, and I was saying, "Where did you go to school?" It's like there's maths, there's numbers, and all in these names. And then at the raffle off.
You Elon Musk's son or something?
I had to raffle off of football, a Dublin football, and I had a few drinks, and I was and I was sitting.
I gotta go down here on the right.
Yeah, that's
the
it.
man in the hat. What you say?
I'll tell you something, I got 350 euro for it, fair play to them. And I was sitting saying to myself, at 30 years of age, I thought I'd be famous by now, sitting here raffling footballs, giving people abuse. I said, anyone got 350? A fella says 345. I said, you hungry cunt, I'm not even taking that. I'm not even taking 345. You may give me the 350. And yeah, I'll tell you something though.
$5 booking fee.
It was a 2-hour gig. I played for 5 hours. Gigs like that, it's not work. You really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sometimes when it's tourist bars and like everyone's dancing and stuff, it feels like work sometimes.
I was saying this to him earlier when you were on the way over. I was chatting to him. I said yesterday he was booked for a 2-hour gig and he did 5 hours. I'd rather burn that GAA club to the ground
Me too, to be fair.
with everybody in it.
You had to drag me off the stage. I wouldn't mind. If we took breaks in between.
If you're
them.
booking me from 10 till 12 and it's a minute past 12, there's going to be a
conversation
Tell you,
after.
we only spoke about this earlier on today. See if I don't like the bar or I don't like the manager. See if I'm booked 8 to 10. If it hits 10 o'clock and I'm in the middle of a verse, I will stop.
country
And
road.
so
Yeah, 100%. Because I would whip both. Not even saying goodbye.
I'd walk 499 miles. Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't stick around. They don't wash the glasses. The salmonella in the
Your man's
Guinness.
got pink eye and he's putting his fingers in all your points.
No, 100%. I'm gone mid-song. Look, if we do enjoy a gig, there's nothing better than doing a gig that's great crack, good people. Like, you don't mind playing on. That's fine. There's nothing worse than you're going to get a room full of bastards. Sorry for the language, but...
No. We've said this a few times. Like, but I was saying this, like, I do a lot of gigs in, like, Germany and Belgium and places like that, and the Netherlands and all. And like now the Netherlands, I'm gonna exclude them because they're fucking mad in the head and they go from but in other places like especially Switzerland, they'll sit and look at you for 2 hours. and if anybody out there has ever seen any of us gig, like we go balls to the wall, like, so I'm going balls to the wall, like I am roaring at them.
Let's go.
like going and like 500 like sweat pissing out of me, and they're not. There's nothing. There's nothing.
See, looking at you drinking tea.
They're looking at me going, wonder where his life went wrong. Wonder where he went wrong in his life that he's sitting here performing for me like a little jester.
I think you're projecting a little bit, Phil.
I wonder how much he pays the bar to let him. I wonder how much he's giving them. It's great, isn't it, to let the special needs do a bit of work now.
I think that sometimes when someone comes past and they go, man, I've no cash, I'd love to give you a tip. And I'm like, I think they think that you're only literally singing for the tips.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, no, I'm all right, don't worry about it. Like,
People see it as well. Like, and fair play to them. Very grateful for it. People giving you dollars sterling.
a fella came up to me the other night and said, I've only got English, and I said, sure, I'll be there at some stage, you'll be grand, throw it in there.
What do you give it back to them?
I don't know, is because pounds used to be more than yours, are they still more than yours?
I'm going to assume it is, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard any
No, it
difference.
is definitely.
So, yeah, sorry, he gave me €6 or something. In a £5 no.
What kind?
Is it the Queen still on them now?
That's why I won't take it.
She's probably gone off it now. Is it not Prince Charles on them now?
Has to be.
Must be. No?
I know. I'd say she's still on a few of them.
Or in circulation. But
Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Put it in
is
the
the
comments.
Queen? Is the Queen still on your?
Is the Queen still in your currency?
On your blood money?
It's made out of rubber.
Now that we've said
made out of polystyrene.
Now that we've set the tone, ladies and gentlemen,
Here's come out your black
For
and
anybody,
tans.
for anybody who's been listening this far.
very welcome to the Temple Raw
Alley-o,
podcast.
alley-o.
Dale's actually a kneecap.
I got excluded for being too political.
Yeah, they thought he was a bit extreme.
I tried to sell Semtex at a gig.
They said, no, that's blue tack, Dale.
Right, so Dubai, you got to Dubai then, right?
So then they rang me, said, "I go to Dubai." I moved over.
McCaffrey's then brought you to
McCaffrey's,
Dubai.
yeah. I went over on a 6-week contract, I think. No, it was longer than that. I think it was probably a couple of months, 2 months, 3 months. I was there for about 4 weeks. I said, I'm not going home. It's going to stay here. So I rang them. I said, can we extend this? They were like, yeah. I've done a year on the contract and I went out freelancing. Dubai is an interesting part of the world. People have this conception of it that it's like very... It is, realistically, you have to respect the laws. It's Islamic country. But Dubai is wild. Dubai is nuts.
Yeah.
Like
any holiday destination. Like,
it'd be nearly worse than a lot I've seen, I'll tell
yeah?
you. Yeah.
Well, you see,
the pressure's so
and because there's a lot more money in it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's scandalous. Dubai, there's 3 different types of people in Dubai. There's people that are rich, there's people that pretend to be rich, and then there's a few normal, good friends, like nice people. Everyone you see over there with like Rolexes and all this, it's all fake. I'm telling you.
The cars are leased and all. Like boys are going out leasing cars and going down the road in Lamborghinis and all and the whole
Oh
lot.
yeah, 100%. They're all rented.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
But I tell you, one of your most successful videos on Instagram was you and a man who didn't fake it at all.
No.
I opened my Instagram gym one night, right?
Oh,
in the middle of the night.
I don't even fucking remember that.
And
now.
Dale Skull in a glass of proper 12. Him and Conor McGregor. McGregor is you a tour billionaire, you know, big Jacob and Co yoke on him.
Jacob and Co, the roulette watch.
That's
Means nothing to me, everybody. Don't know what that is.
650 grand or something. Now that's an assumption. We are very drunk. That's the number I have in my head. He could have said 6 grand. He could have said 16.
650.
No.
650 after Lucky Man outside.
I know, I'm pretty sure it was 650 grand. But the thing was that night, because I seen it on your page, and then I clicked on McGregor's page, and you were in every one of his stories that night. You were in a mad one.
I was on one of my So how that came about was there was a bar awards. All the management went, and they got talking to him. They were like, come back to the bar with us, but they rang me. They're all from the country and stuff. They rang me, said, are you in the bar? I said, yeah. They were like, we need you. I said, for what? They were like, we have Conor McGregor.
To translate.
They were like, we have Conor McGregor with us. They were like, you're like him. And I was like, right?
He sounds a bit like you, Dale.
They were like, yeah, that's like, you'll go on with him. They were like, and he came in and I was like, what's this? Got chatting with him. Go crack. That's the video. I started drinking the whiskey with him.
Yeah.
And then that was go crack. Then a few days later, his baby was born. And I was coming back from the gig. I'm off the drink. I was swearing blind. I'm not drinking. I got a text message off his Instagram page. And I was like, you're winding me up. He said, do you want to come out and wet the baby's head? Yeah, 100%. I went out. Tell you something, gentleman. Yeah, very down to earth. Some man on the gargle. Give him that. Do you want the shot? Yeah. Can I have 20 shots of tequila? Why are you getting 20? Hang on.
That's Lara's behaviour.
Why 20? Number one, I don't even drink tequila. What do you drink? I said Sambuca. Give us 20 Sambucas.
Oh, that's a torture. 20 Sambucas is a torture.
I was sitting there, you couldn't see it with a wood on the table for the amount of shots. And I'm sitting there just giving them to strangers, sitting recording us and saying, drink that quick. And we're having filled. There's 300 people just filming us. I'm sitting there, the kids not phased. I'm sitting there saying, what are you looking at?
Not you, Dale.
Will you leave us alone? I was on the drink run a few times, lovely, I have to say, very down to earth.
That's like he's one of them figures that's in the media so much, and everyone paints their own opinion, projects it onto him. But as with nearly everybody you meet, once you meet them in person, they're just human beings.
Yeah.
Well, look, I said from day one, obviously, I went through phases of my opinion on him over the years because in the beginning I flew to Las Vegas to see him fight.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to UFC 189 where he bet Chad Mendes, and it was fucking probably one of the best nights of my life. That night.
I was here more at one point. Everyone had the top knots. Now everyone had a ponytail. You couldn't.
I didn't.
I did get a tiger tattoo.
After these fights at 5 a.m, look into any house in the state, there's some gobshite with a ponytail shadow boxing. Come and have a party out ahead. They fucking fight that granny if you get them out of the gym.
If I take this hat off and you can make a top knot out of what's underneath this hat, I'll give you €1 million.
Like Bob Ross.
We're gonna have a nice painting today. This is going to do Conor McGregor. We're going to do the tiger on his teeth.
Fucking pretty little birds. First, when he came into me one day, I was laughing, and I was saying, if I'm going on I was hung over and I was drinking Jameson, with a glass of Jameson and a pint of Guinness, and he came in. He was like, "Get them off the table." He had a load of roasting hot cans and I forged out. He was like, I can't, it's bad PR for me.
Roasting hot cans?
Oh, they were like tea. He said, I can't be in front of a pint of Guinness. It looks bad PR. And I was like, I'll hide it. I was like, I only have to buy the fucking thing. No, get rid of it. Right sound, right? And so I said, right, get rid of it. And then he was like, no, I'll give you a drink the forged. I said, give us a glass to the staff. Brought his own drink to the pub, by the way. The only man I know that would get away with it. And him worth hundreds of millions.
BYOB.
Him worth hundreds of millions. He arrived at the bar with a bag of cans. I swear to God. He gave the staff about a $7,000 tip, in fairness. Well, yeah, you can't drink Guinness. It's bad PR. I asked for the glass. They gave me a Guinness glass. I said, give us a can. He's like, no, Guinness glass. I end up drinking roasting hot stout out of a tumbler. And no, the Jameson, none of that. We'll drink. He had a bottle of proper 12 as well.
Although, to be fair, I'm going to say this. I like fucking proper 12. I've had it a few times and it's nice. It's fucking nice. It's nice.
It's not.
I like it.
It's not. It's like drinking Torps. I had to take 2 weeks off the work.
Sure, he sold it, didn't he? Didn't he sell it?
600 million.
Yeah, sure. Look, he doesn't give a fuck what it tastes like now, does he?
I liked it. I liked it, and I like whiskey. And I remember
I love it with some whiskey now.
I remember we
Me
did
too.
we did a
I
family
never
thing
had
in
it though, I don't
Spain.
think.
We did a family thing in Spain in 2019. That was when it was at its peak, and I remember buying a bottle of it at the airport and bringing it with me, and I was like, this is nice. I went through a whole bottle of it. I thought it was deadly.
Remember, I was in the arch one day, Frank, one man, and I was chatting with an American man about whiskey. He asked me, "Can you recommend the whiskey?" I said, "Look, if give me a budget." Like I said, "There's whiskies there like cost you hundreds." Got chatting with him. I said, "If you've no budget," I said, "Middleton is a nice whiskey." I said, "Redbreast is nice." Blah blah blah. And I said to Frank, "I'm driving. I'm not drinking. Don't give me a drink. If anyone tries to buy me a drink, don't give it to me. That's grand." Frank come up to me about a few minutes later and put a glass of whiskey beside me. I said, "What did I tell you?" And he winked. He says, "Drink that." I didn't hesitate, right? I just swamped it. And Frank's looking at me like that, and the American is looking at me like this. The American gave 100 and something quid for it.
That's a Redbreast 27.
Yeah.
No, it was a Middleton bleeding.
It was a Middleton. Well, a Redbreast 27 is 160 euro or something.
It burnt the face of me. Right?
So people have done that now in Temple Bar when, you know, I don't know, should we name the place? Yeah. You know, Reardon's, like, they bought me like a whiskey they've been looking at the thing and all the fancy ones. And now they handed it to me and I drank it. And I prefer Jameson to that.
Yeah. It's lovely.
It was definitely worth more than Jameson.
So
I didn't hear how much it was altogether. But.
We were with this American lad one night. We were after doing a thing for Pretty in Pink, the Irish Cancer Society, and your man, who was an American lad, mad money. Like the Americans don't care. So some of these Americans have like insane money, but this boy was like he had a hedge fund or something. But like he came up and he was like, "Guys, there was like a few of us, 4 or 5 of us. What whiskey will I get? Whatever." So we were like, "Listen, that's probably going to be best." I think the round was like 800 quid for the round of whiskeys, and he got like 5 of them.
Jesus.
He spent about $4,000 on whiskey in about an hour, because we were going through them like, and not a bother to him, just like American espresso over the counter, bang. I was like, sound.
Anger, as Tommy Tiernan put it best, whiskey is just anger in a glass.
I think it mellows me out, actually. Now,
Well,
fucking
it's well
rum,
for you.
It's well for you.
rum now. Rum
Give
now
me-
is a different story.
I drink a bottle of whiskey handy, but no one is safe. No one is safe. Waking up on the bus now. Saying the fuck did I get here? Yeah, no, I gave up the whiskey, dude, yeah, and I love it, but Jesus Christ, boys. It's like a teleport. It just teleports. It's like Stargate. It's like Morpheus. Stargate.
Hoping each bottle be the bottle that takes him home.
Chaos. Waking up in a cell. Saying, "Yeah, what did I do?" Like,
You don't remember? It was something angry. I was on the whiskey.
Copper through the hatch. Yeah, wake. Yeah, are we talking drunk and disorderly? Are we talking drunk and disorderly, or are we talking no comment? What about we looking here, guard? And fucking true story.
So Dubai then, right? So you came to like the end of Dubai.
Go on.
So Dubai then, so you came to like the end, like near the end of Dubai. You were working for a few bars then.
I was freelancing, yeah. I was working freelance. I was there for 3 years. Sorry, because I get stick for this. 3 years. I was there for 3 years freelancing.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you just say 3? Is that what? Yeah,
see,
you
that's
just.
too many foreign countries. I went into a bar last week and asked for a pint of Magners.
Oh, Jesus.
A local pub as well.
Jesus.
Can I get 3? Can I get 3?
Can I
pint
get
bottles
3
of Magners?
Magners,
Three
please?
Magners. Get out. Get them out.
It's like
Ran to the door.
It's like going, "Hey kids, have you got any drugs to sell?"
They thought I was an undercover. Imagine if I had him with me. The hard to Coolock.
No, but I told you that. The night of the All-Ireland final, me and one of the boys, we were out in Dublin. I was in a shirt and a pair of jeans, so was he. 2 of us Cavan accents. This is about 10 years ago. And the only place everywhere was coppers, you couldn't get it. You couldn't, All-Ireland final, you couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
Everywhere, like every D2, all the nightclubs at the time, because we were younger, like, and all night we couldn't get in. The only place we could get in was Sin in Temple Bar.
Heaven.
Right? We walked into Sin dressed like that, right? Boys going around in like Boston Celtics jerseys, backwards hats and all. Boys going around in full tracksuits, like head to toe and all. I was talking to what I can only describe as probably one of the best looking women I've ever seen in my life. She told me she was from O'Devany Gardens. She looked like Cheryl Cole, right? Fucking gorgeous. And she was like, like just said to me straight up, she was like, like everybody in here thinks you're a copper. And I was like, I'm not. She's like, all right, yeah. just walked away from me.
That's what a cop would say.
Just walked away from me, right? So I was in the I was in the Jacks, different time in my life. And there was a fella there and he was literally taking drugs off his card right beside me. And I was like, well, if he is, I'm not saying I was sourcing drugs, but I was like, right, well, if somebody has drugs, there's drugs maybe in the area. It was a different time in my life. And I asked him, and I was like, and he goes, he just looked at me. He's literally after taking cocaine straight in front of me. And he looked me up and down and he just went, oh no, I'm not into anything like that.
No comment. 100%.
You have to tell me if you're a gardener, you know that.
Is that the truth?
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
Are you a copper? They only came out, they were always in the flats. I only got back. I was back a few days and the boys come over. I was standing on the block talking to a few of them and the guard pulled up. 3 or 4 of them went running. Gone. Bodies. And,
Some things never change.
Oh, they were like mice. Gone. The young fella was only about 21, I'd say. The cop on, I was upstanding, like upstanding citizen. I walk down to an illegal grant, chatting away with him. And like he took everyone's name. I was looking around. Probably shouldn't say this. And he says to me, what's your name? Gave it to him. And he says, what's your date of birth? Gave it to him. And he says, I have a warrant for your arrest. I said, for me?
No way.
I said, no, you don't. Number one, I said, I haven't lived in the country in years. I said, when is it from? He says, 2024.
Someone gave your name.
I said, I definitely wasn't in this country in 2024. I said, I'll probably come back for the bleeding funeral or something once. And he was like, and I wouldn't mind, it was Friday night. So for any respectful people watching this,
they keep you in for the weekend.
If you get nicked on a Friday, they keep you in all weekend, feed you full of Big Macs and send you to the court on Monday morning. It's a Friday evening.
I've been there.
I said to this copper, and I said, look, number one, I said, someone gave me name. I've no convictions. I'm not a criminal. I said, someone gave me name here. And I says, that's grand. He goes, I believe you because you wouldn't have given me your real name. I said, number two, it's Friday night. I said, you're not catching me. I said, you are not catching me. I said, I will be like Usain Bolt going through these flats. And I'm telling you now, I said, I wouldn't even put yourself through the hassle of trying to catch me. I said, I'd be like Spider-Man.
And I know these flats. You don't know these flats.
Try and chase me, you're not coming out of this alive, mate. 100%. Yeah,
I got picked up on a warrant on a Friday night before. I had to stay in Shankill Garda Station for the weekend. Go to court on a Monday. Guess what I was charged with? Robbing a packet of cookies and a carton of Ribena out of the garage. In the Bray People and all it was.
And him living in a mansion. Oh Jesus Christ! They're gonna do it, right? Tell you something though.
I was locked and I went in like I just went, I have no money on me, I'm taking these. I knew your man, but he obviously, I thought I knew him better than I did.
Give him 3 euro wall cash as well.
Tear it off, one of the good ones. One of the winners.
No, 100%, yeah. No, it's looking gas.
So did he chase you?
No, he left me alone. It was like, I'm half thinking now, do I even have to leave more? I said, where's it from? He says, driving offences. I said, I don't even have an active licence. I don't have an Irish driving licence.
Someone gave you a name, obviously.
Someone gave me a name and then didn't arrive at court. So failure to produce and then a failure to arrive at court. I have to go in now and sort this out and pay a solicitor or no?
No way.
No, I don't know. You have to catch me first. There's any guard watching this?
No, there are.
You're not catching me. And the first one tries it.
He's going to be like Salman Rushdie.
Be like bleeding limbs of Christy. I'd be like Sugar. There's 50 quid and whatever couple catches me.
Bonnie and Clyde, Chip and Dale.
No, Bonnie and Clyde, yeah, haven't got a patch on me. Leaving the gaff full of baby oil.
Oh, did he up to the
like a greasy pig. You're not catching me. The fuck.
Greased up deaf guy, remember him? What a character.
So Dale, what are the plans for the future now? Are you writing at the minute? You're back gigging in Dublin. You're doing gigs around Dublin.
Yeah, I'm back gigging in Dublin, yeah. I moved home. Thought it was time. I've been away for about 8 years, so I was like, bite the bullet. Move home. I'm back writing songs. I haven't written songs in a long time. I'm going to record an album. I have an album written. I have confidence in it. It's decent. It's just getting knuckling down and just recording it. I'm just gigging away, but saying that a cruise ship is sounding fairly handy at the moment. And then, I don't know. Look, I always make plans and then I leave the country 2 weeks later. But for now, it's an album. That's next on the list.
It's a bit of an ease to having like a cruise ship or a residency because you don't have to think about like going to different places.
There's no admin in it. There's no invoices in it. There's no traveling in it. You're just
You're just there.
But I always liked that about a bar residency. But then at the same time, boys, when you're doing like when we were doing what we were doing, like I was doing 246 nights a year in a row, and you're just drinking every night.
Yeah.
And drinking, not drinking. You know, people be like, "Oh, you were drinking last night." Drinking.
Oh,
Home after River Egg.
No. Like waking up some days and going like, yeah, like thanks, like thank you, God, thank you for letting me wake up today. Like, you know what I mean?
Waking up saying I jump out the window, but it's not high enough. You in the height of it saying, and it's 45 degrees, cooking.
No, and no aircon in that first apartment.
Oh,
When we were in, there was one fan there.
The slaughterhouse.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You go to bed like Rikishi and you wake up like Shad Osborne. Like that, sweating.
That's a fucking image now.
You go-
Rikishi to Sharon Osbourne.
Waking up.
The Ozempic. The fucking the old Cyprus hangover is just like the Ozempic.
You couldn't even drink the tap water. You had to go up to your man at the road and buy bottles of water.
The cockroach would go to the shop for you, though, if you ask them.
Do you remember I had the bike? I had a push bike. And I was hungover. I was feeling sorry for myself. I was only about 22. And I was walking up to the shop to get water. And I was coming at 9 o'clock in the morning, roasting my hangover. I went off the handlebars of the bike.
Oh, no. Worst time to do.
Head forwards, boom. The water went everywhere. I was nearly crying. I probably did fucking cry. Oh, I broke myself up. I was insane. Like, I was thinking I was going to come over here for the summer and have the time of my life. I had to go over the handlebars of a bleeding, of a wine.
And by 2 o'clock in the morning that same night, he was back on it, loving life.
The thing had a puncture and everything. Oh, 100% straight back on the gas. But I tell you something, that's the bad trick to it.
Even the thoughts of it.
I love it. If you come into a gig and you're a little bit, you don't feel great. This is the dangerous thing about the gigs, and you need to have the discipline to do it. You know, if you drink 4 or 5 pints, you're going to feel fantastic.
Yeah.
And I've seen loads of very good musicians like go down a slippery slope. I've seen a few of the boys become taxi men and stuff that just had to. I've seen people lose their families, and yeah, it is. It
is a lot. There's a lot of people even in town that do the gigs all day. Like I kind of dip in and out of it, and I drive in most of the time now. And I used to drink more at the gigs. But yeah, there's people. If you're doing that for years, it's going to be very hard to keep your home relationships and relationships with your kids and family and all sorts of stuff.
Stupid little stuff. You know, like sleeping patterns and stuff. You're awake all night. If you're in front of a couple of hundred people and it's rocking, you're full of adrenaline and stuff. You're going home.
You're never sleeping.
To sit and watch the telly. Like, it's ADHD coming out of my ears. You'll be still awake the next morning, and then it hits the next morning. Like, fuck, I might as well stay awake.
It's not a HD TV, it's an ADHD TV.
It is. Like, it takes it. And people just think, oh, it's handy, it'd be great to have the talent. It's not fucking talent, it's hard work. Like, it's a lot more goes into it. It's handy.
But you see, a lot of people are like, you work 2 hours a day. I'm like, you don't get it.
No.
You don't get it.
You don't understand. Do you want to do it? That's all I say. Do you want to do it? Do you want to go in and play for me tonight? I can't.
From you get up in the morning, it's in your head. As soon as you get out of bed, it's in your head the whole day. You have nothing. You can't do anything outrageous during the day. You can't even go for dinner in the evenings. Like it takes your whole life.
Yeah, it does. I've got better at it now. I don't think about it until I'm parked the car and then I go in and do it. No.
Oh no,
I used to be thinking about it. Yeah,
especially when you take on too much. At one point in the boy, I was doing 13 gigs a week.
Yeah, I never went that bad. I think the most I was doing was 5 or 6.
And I used to do guitar lessons and stuff when I was young. I used to teach kids, and I said to them, the trick with a guitar is it's frustrating. You want to bounce off the wall 1000%. You'll only learn how to play it if you enjoy playing it. I enjoy gigging. I love my job. But when it comes to the point where you do it that much, when you start to hate it, when you're doing it that much, like it is rough.
Yeah, the guitar just doesn't sound nice anymore.
No.
It just sounds like it's, and especially with a lot of the places you play, they're not like set up for the best audio. Like, and there's people shouting, there's no one listening to you. Like,
yeah, no, you're getting 100%.
Sometimes the guitar just sounds like horrible.
Oh, and then I wouldn't mind on your night off. Then you go to the pub and there's some fella sitting playing the guitar,
and he sounds dead.
Playing the same songs, and you're saying, "Please, shut up." I'll pay you to shut up myself. Well, you start going to bingo now. My nights off or comedy.
Just listen, play Wonderwall and get it over with.
Yeah, 100%. I was in Barcelona and one of my nights off in Salou, and I went up to Barcelona. A little break. I think I went up for 2 days, and I ended up in an Irish pub in Barcelona, listening to some chap playing country roads with a guitar. And the person was saying to me, like, "Are you for real?" It's like, "It's great crack." She said, "There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you, man." She was like, "Of anything you could have done." She was like, "You walk in an Irish bar every night playing country roads. Your night off, you're in an Irish bar listening to him.
It is quite a, but it's a bit of a feeling at home to it, like, no?
Yeah, there is.
Home away
It's
from
where
home.
you're comfortable as
Yeah,
well.
it's very comfortable.
And it is. Like, I love an Irish pub. That's the only thing about it. You'll always get work all over the world. There's an Irish pub everywhere. I was in the Bahamas. I was in Nassau in the Bahamas walking down the road, and I seen a shamrock coming out the wall like a sign, and it was like a beacon in the distance. I was with a fella from New Zealand, and I said, "See that? That's an Irish pub. That means." And I'm doing maths in my head. I said, "They have Guinness on tap." I haven't seen a pint of Guinness in months, and I said to him, "We're in here." He said, "I thought you were off the drink." I said, "I was, not anymore." Went in. The woman's like, "Wagwan." I says, "You got Guinness on tap?" I do. Yeah. She handed me a half pint of Guinness. Or little small ones. I said, "That's not a point." She was like, "It is." I said, "Don't fucking lecture me on Guinness." I said, "The Guinness logo tattooed on me." And
that's why Conor McGregor won't take naked pictures with me.
Yeah, I'll show you them now in a few. But I was sitting on a drink it. That was grand. It was mouldy, disgusting. Still drank about 5 of them. It was 20 quid a pint.
Was it?
$20 for half a
In
pint.
the Bahamas, fucking hell.
$20, half a pint, not even so $40 a pint. Oh no, I paid that happy.
Wagwan.
Wagwan
indeed.
And I was buying him for the New Zealand fella as well. Bleeding. Left sober as a judge. Well, not a penny. Yeah.
It's an expensive thing.
Mate, you got €2 over the hostel.
What kind of stuff have you got coming on? You're working on an album, gigging away.
Walking on albums, gigging away. I'm going to write it. And the way I'm going to do it is, though, I'm going to just do it raw. Just knock on a mic. And that's what I'm thinking of calling it. The album.
Yeah?
Knock on a mic.
Just record it all into one mic.
Just record it, just raw. Just because the thing is, though, like,
No arrangement to it or anything.
I've done the songs I have recorded, I've put like full productions on them and stuff, and
You lose it a bit.
yeah, I lose it a bit. I don't know, and like my songs are stories, and it's hard to listen. I find it's hard to listen to the story if
There's too much going
there's
on.
too much going on with it.
Yeah.
And Zach Bryan is a great. He flies the flag with it. He records 13 songs in a day. Just knock on a mic, just get it done. Probably about a fiddle player, banjo. No drums. Yeah, that's the plan. You'll hear me soon.
Yeah.
Good
A
stuff.
lot of singer-songwriter stuff is like that. It's better without drums, even though.
Fact,
Even though it's
100%.
easier to kind of move things around if you have it to a click or something.
I can't do it like you see the clicking tracks, and I'd ask them to put a drum in the ear, and then half of the time, if it's just me and a guitar, I'll say I don't even want it. If the timing shifts a bit, it's grand. Like. Yeah, it's the overproduction of it, and when you get so used to just listening to you on a guitar, and when you do live gigs as well, that's what people expect. So that's the plan. Yeah, just me, a guitar, bits and bobs here.
We'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. If anybody wants to follow Dale, you're on all the social media.
Dale O'Hanlon, get on to me.
Dale O'Hanlon Music.
He's a legend. Thanks a million again for
Thank
coming
you very
down.
much for
Good
having me,
stuff.
boys.
Great for having you.
Totally enjoyed myself.
No, we'll be having you back again. Don't you
yeah.
worry. Yeah, we'll definitely
Folks,
have you back.
so that's it for episode 63 of the Temple Bar podcast with me, Jim Wynn, Philip Noon. Thanks again to Dale. Stay bold. Sláinte.